Goodly afternoon, everyone, and dear viewers, and welcome once more to Call the Wordsmith. Today, by popular acclaim through our Patreon Vote of the Month, we turn our attention to Mackay by REN. Now, before we embark upon this musical peregrination, may I kindly invite you to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you find value in these explorations. And a massive thank you for the immense generosity for those folks displayed on screen who get to enjoy bonus perks and benefits as YouTube channel members and patrons. Now, without further bloody ado, let's dive straight into it. Okay, here we go. Mackay by REN. Oh no, it's in the key of A minor. It's probably going to be sad. That is beautiful though. Interesting. Wow, that's stunning. Such a skilled musician, honestly. Wait, there's no lyrics. Huh. Okay, so beautiful composition. Okay, so it's oh. It's okay, I'm going to reserve comment for the end. I'm going to listen to this the whole way through. Interesting, he ended on different chord. Okay. Callum Mackay, 9... Oh, no. Okay, I'm just gonna do some research on this. Obviously, the song was dedicated to him. Okay. Okay, so I didn't expect to listen to the whole thing through, but the opening was interesting for me because I found myself swept into a remarkably poignant emotional current, one that seems to travel from sorrow through suffering and ultimately towards something approaching solace. Much of that emotional architecture is embedded not in the words, because there are none, but within the very bones of the composition itself. So listening in, I could hear that the piece resides predominantly in the key of A minor, which is long associated with introspection, melancholy, and quiet lamentation. There is an unmistakable ache woven through the piano's voice, enhanced by the wonderfully expressive use of dynamics. The crescendos rise like surges of grief that can no longer remain contained, whilst the decrescendos retreat into moments of fragile reflection, as though memory itself is inhaling and exhaling. Yet, what I found particularly moving is that REN refuses to leave us imprisoned within that sadness. Rather than resolving where our ears instinctively expect, he concludes the entire song in the F major chord. It is a subtle but profoundly significant choice that he makes here, because that final harmonic destination feels less like an ending and more like a door opening onto another landscape entirely. It's a suggestion that pain, however overwhelming, need not be permanent. The darkness of loss remains acknowledged, but beyond it glimmers the possibility of healing, remembrance, and peace. It is a masterful example of harmony being used not merely to accompany emotion, but to narrate it. And it did it perfectly without words. And what really struck me, I mean really struck me, was the extraordinary absence of the lyrics throughout that piece. There were none. And as an analyst and listener, we often search for meaning in language, expecting words to carry the burden of emotional communication. Yet REN here demonstrates something so beautiful. Sometimes music itself is the language, and sometimes we just don't have the words. And the piano failed where vocabulary for REN, he believes it would have failed. And doing the research after listening to the song really made the piece hit home for me, because at the very end, we are presented with very simple words. Callum Mackay, born 1989, died 2011. And this is a heartbreaking inscription, love and miss you always. Because in that moment, the entire composition is recontextualized. Every lingering note, every aching phrase, every swell and retreat of the piano suddenly acquires a face and a name, a human story. And what becomes so profoundly apparent is that no elaborate lyric could have conveyed this grief more powerfully than this. The music had already said everything that needed to be said. Those final words do not explain the piece. They simply illuminate what was there all along. It is the poignant reminder that some emotions exist beyond the reach of language, and that music, at its most transcendent, can communicate the incommunicable. Bloody hell. What a remarkable journey that was, and it was short but profound. So if you enjoyed this musical analysis and reaction, I would be immensely grateful if you would like, comment, share, and subscribe. Each gesture, however small it may seem, helps nurture this growing community of thoughtful listeners and musical enthusiasts. And if you would like to play a more direct role in shaping the future of this content, please consider supporting the channel using any of the links in the description below. Well, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Please do be kind, be gentle, be respectful to one another, and help each other out when you can. And I'll see you lot in the next video. Take care, everyone. Cheers.